Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia. With me today, we got Brandon.
Hello.
We're talking about games and things.
Yeah,
What's on the agenda today?
I played some games.
Yeah, you played some games. I have Yoshi. I can talk a little bit about that.
Nice.
Because that came out this week. More Indiana Jones. You played Mixtape, which you talked about.
I have played Mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to get into it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go first since I played that new Yoshi game. I don't remember what the subtitle is. Is it Yoshi in the Mystery Book? Yoshi in the
I don't know.
Mysterious Book. There
Oh,
we are.
spooky. Okay.
I know. I really honestly have not gotten a ton of time in this game. Maybe like an hour or two. Not quite what I expected. Not necessarily bad. But it's not like your normal Yoshi platformer. It is like a physics puzzle game. So you go into, I don't know, the premise of the story is this book was captured by Bowser, and the Yoshis have to kind of help find out what's going on inside this book, because obviously this book can't read itself, so they need the Yoshis' help. So the Yoshis are going in the book and kind of helping kind of like figure out what's going on with these different species of enemy creatures. So you kind of go into the level. I'm trying to even think what the first one is. Oh, it's those flower things, those little flower enemies. Like I think they're called crazy daisies or something. So you start there, and you might, I'm trying to think what it does. It has you do things like, like, when it's in this, because you can do things like you can have it right on your back, and when it's on your back, if you go near like flower buds, it will bloom, and then the game will be like, oh, when this thing's on your back, it will the flowers will bloom, kind of almost like an encyclopedia kind of experience, or like, I don't know, kind of like loosely Pokedex kind of thing. It's interesting, and as you kind of go through, I finished pretty much the first world, and as you kind of go through, it kind of like layers up on top of it. Like, okay, well, now you have the crazy daisy in this level, but we're learning about this enemy instead. So we'll do kind of things like that. It does seem like it's pretty creative puzzle wise. It doesn't seem like it's like terribly difficult to progress, but it does seem like there's a lot of mystery in terms of like hitting all the hidden objectives and things. It's pretty interesting. I don't really have anything bad to say about it yet, aside from the fact it's not what I think most people expected it to be, but I enjoyed my time with it. There'll be updates later as I kind of continue to go through it, but I just have not had a ton of time in it yet. But it's fun, at least from what I played. Most of my time got sucked up by Indiana Jones, so which is kind of the other half of what I've been playing. So Indiana Jones I'm finished with it now. Finished the main game. I'm just going through and getting collectibles now. So I can definitely speak about the whole game. I mean, I think it's kind of like I said last week. I think it runs really well for the Switch 2 in terms of what it is trying to accomplish. Like, it looks nice. It's pretty stable for what it is. I really don't think I've had any issues in terms of gameplay. Honestly, I think the game is more stable now than it was when I played it last. Because I did not run into, if you remember, I mean, Indiana Jones was not like Fallout levels of glitchy, but it just was not quite like fully polished. Now that it's had that extra year of time, like there's, at least in my time with it, very few bugs. Everything's been running really smoothly. Not really any like significant things have kind of cropped up with it. Honestly, it does run really well, considering the changes they made to keep it looking as nice as they did on the system. So I think it looks really good. Another kind of side thought I had last week I was going to mention with it too was I think it has some of the best looking chest hair I've ever seen in a video game, as strange as that sounds. I saw someone pointed out on Reddit, and I was like, what? And I looked, I'm like, oh yeah, that does look legitimately good. Not something you ever think about in video games, but it once you look at it, you're like, oh, this does look like surprisingly good. I actually saw a post on Reddit today where they're posting about male protagonists in games, and some of them were shirtless with chest hair, and I was like, this chest hair all looks like shit. I'm like, okay, Indiana Jones legitimately is good at that way. There's just random side thought for Indiana Jones, but I mean, overall, yeah, it's a great game. I think the biggest travesty is so few people have played this. I did see like Xbox had put out like an anniversary post for Indiana Jones, or maybe Bethesda. I mean, it's all the same basically.
Yeah.
But it had like some really shocking like facts.
Oh.
Let me see if I can pull it up again.
Like, no one has played this game.
It might as well have been. I felt really bad when I saw it. I was like, no. Yeah, so like, oh, it's hard to believe that it's been a year since, the thing came out. So 1 year of the game. And so here's the thing, they're like over 4 million knockouts with the whip. And it's like 4 million knockouts. Like how many like how many enemies are getting knocked out by this whip that you only got 4 million? Although it does say more than 1 billion enemies taken down. So I mean, I guess that's good. But still, it just seems like it's a lot less than I would expect it to be. So,
Yeah, that
yeah.
does seem like very few people actually played it.
Yeah, and even here it says like 400 million photos taken, which is a good amount. Aside from the fact, you think about the fact that like it makes you do like if you're going through and collecting a lot of things, you're probably taking like
Mhm.
50 to 100 photos. So, and that's if you only play the game once. So I don't know. I mean, I hope this game is sold really well. Apparently, according to critically, it's been reviewed really well. Apparently, Disney's been pretty happy with it. I don't think we've got any like firm like numbers for it. I mean, it did top the UK charts for the Switch when it came out. What was it, last week? So that was a good sign, and I think it did pretty well with the PlayStation. But I love this game. I hope they really do a sequel for it. That would be nice. And it did kind of maybe pseudo related to this, but not specifically. It's kind of one thing that we've been talking about over the last couple weeks, months. Just kind of problems with video game development. But I thought about this the last couple of days, and it really stuck with me about how we don't get. And I don't know if there's maybe more of a formal name for this, or maybe there's some good things that I'm not thinking about here. But we really have kind of lost the art of like I don't know, the budget AAA game or like the quick sequel. And
Mhm.
I'll describe what I mean, so it makes a little more sense. But
Okay.
like really, like a couple gens ago, and there's lots of examples with this, and I can name like a ton off the top of my head. But it used to be like, you get a game, it does very well, critically
Mhm.
reviewed, sells well, and then instead of moving like right on to, you know, the next, big iteration of the game, they would take what they built and reuse a lot of the engine and stuff like that, and just be like, okay, well, here is another game with, not the full development there, but it does have, reuses the engine, it reuses, maybe some graphical things, and can turn around a sequel very quickly. So like examples that I would have for something like this would be like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. This is a very
Mm.
famous example of this. Majora's Mask was turned around from Ocarina of Time, and like I think they built that game in like less than a year. It was like
I
nine
have an
months or something
example.
crazy.
Modern
I
game.
got tons of examples. I could really I can
Modern
keep going.
game.
Huh?
Modern game released in the last 4 years that did
Yeah,
this. Yes. RoboCop.
they did a RoboCop too.
They did a sequel called Rogue City: Unfinished Business
Uh-huh.
about a year after, and it's just reusing the same engine with a new story.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's a great example of it. I bet the thing is though, we're just not seeing it in AAA games anymore. I mean, think another great example, Grand Theft Auto 3, because you got
Yep.
the spin-offs with Vice City and San Andreas,
Hmm.
before the actual Grand Theft Auto 4 came out. Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 2, Dead Space 1, 2.
Uh,
Like it really you reuses a lot of that stuff. So you're not
so
rebuilding the engine, you're not redoing a lot of the
people don't do it now
the
because they have
gameplay
Unreal
aspect.
Engine 5, which is what everyone's fucking using. So it's just like, okay, well, we don't have to rebuild that engine because it's Unreal Engine 5, but everything uses Unreal Engine 5, and it's so boring.
Yeah. But I mean, even things like, like UI stuff, things like that. Like,
Yeah.
something like Cyberpunk, for example. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
Cyberpunk 2 is going to be like 7,000 years from now.
Again, I would
Um,
point to Forza Horizon 6
uh-huh.
and Forza Motorsport and stuff like that because they're using the same engine.
Sports
So
games don't really count.
okay.
Uh,
Well, I mean, what about like open world racing games? That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's just a different locale, but
that's
same
the
engine.
same idea. That's
Okay.
fine. But I'm saying like, like, but really like it's the sports games and the racing games aren't the ones that are lacking
Okay.
in this
Yeah,
area.
yeah, no, I get that.
It's really like, the bigger, single player like, things where
Yeah.
it's like I said, like Cyberpunk, like there's a great engine there. The next sequel
I
like
think
next
the
true
new
sequel is going to be out.
Control is using the same
Well,
engine, isn't it?
I don't know, but there's more than just the same engine, too.
Okay.
Because it's like
Okay.
because you think about like I'll give you a different example, which is kind
Yeah,
of
go for it.
similar. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, those use the same engine, but those are very
Mm,
different games.
very different.
So it's
Wait,
there's yeah.
aesthetic. Yeah.
So it's a little bit more than just reusing the same engine because that's part of it, but also kind of reusing some of the other things that you already had built and kind of like just kind of tweaking what's there.
Hmm.
Because like where was my example with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess? Like Wind Waker obviously had a lot of the kind of sailing mechanics. There's a huge kind of graphical switch. They really kind of had to end up redoing a lot of that stuff there. Even the physics I think was different in the game. At least it felt different. Um,
Oh, here's
Whereas
the
like some
interesting uh thing. Sorry.
yeah.
Playground Games, who just made
Mhm.
Forza Horizon 6, are releasing another game this year, which uses the same engine as and is very different. They're releasing Fable on the same engine as Forza Horizon 6.
Yeah, that's another example of what I was saying. Like, yeah, engine really doesn't drive a lot of that stuff, but
Yeah,
kind of the same
but
thing
it's a
though.
very different aesthetic. It's a very different game type.
Yeah,
That's all
very
I was
much
trying to,
so. Be weird
and
if it wasn't, but
yeah,
um,
just driving around in Fable.
yeah, but I mean, really though, when we're talking about, and the reason I brought this up is because really it
Mhm.
kind of falls into two different things. It's really like the ballooning budgets. You
Mhm.
know, this kind of stuff was basically introduced as a way to be like, hey, we can turn around games faster and make more money with a lot of the investment we already did without really sacrificing the quality and the teams that we did there. And not to mention, too, even with the examples I gave, like mechanically, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are very similar, but there obviously are some very notable differences gameplay wise. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's not like this what I'm suggesting limits them from doing new things or in the sequel. Like even Metroid Prime 2, it had new planet, had new power-ups, like those things are still there, but it's not like the big deep development trench that
Yeah.
they have to stick themselves in like they would before.
They kind of did that
um
with Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West.
yeah,
Uh,
that's actually probably one of the better modern examples. I hadn't even thought about that one. um but yeah, I mean, I was just thinking like, hey, I'm like, I really, a lot of more companies should kind of go back to this. Nintendo still does to some degree, I feel like.
mhm.
But you really just don't see it from say like Sony and Microsoft. I mean, Sony used to be like really big on it, kind of what
True.
we were talking about
Well, I mean,
last
you
week.
don't see anything from Sony.
No, you don't
That's
see
the real
anything from Sony.
problem.
Sony used to be really good at releasing games, and now they just don't. But back when they did release games, you would get like, Jack 1, 2, 3 kind of built off that same kind of platform.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said, yeah, it's unfortunate that they don't take advantage of that because it's really kind of, or even two, I guess maybe another kind of example ish of this would be like maybe even some of the to some degree some of the things that they had on the Vita, where Sony was taking some of
Oh,
their
yeah.
bigger 10
I was curious if Returnal and
tentpole games.
Saros had any crossover, and they actually don't. Completely different engines and like completely different everything.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
I
they're
mean,
very much alike, but like different engines and different like design style and all this other stuff under the
yeah,
hood. But it feels like the same game, just a worse version of it. That's weird.
yeah, it is weird. I mean, I have to feel like a lot of this kind of these kind of like, let's go back to the drawing board and invest all this stuff into budgets
Yeah,
really has to be kind of just to be like, oh, we need it to be flashy, bigger, better than the last
yeah,
one. And it depends on, I suppose, what kind of time frame you're looking at and things
yeah.
like that. But I mean, really,
For
even
things
when
like
it's
that are happening with indies, like Frogun that I showed you before. Like they had
Mhm.
a Frogun Encore that came out as a sequel to it, and they were using like, the same stuff, and it was a quick turnaround and just a neat little sequel that came out a little bit after the original release.
Yeah, that's
Um,
perfect. That's exactly what you want.
it's I can't really think of that many things even in the indie scene though, which is very odd when you think about it because
Like I
you'd
said,
think indie is where like that stuff would thrive,
would make
but
more sense. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, like I said, old games, like if you look at like GameCube, PlayStation generation, like
yeah,
you can think of tons and tons and tons of examples, but
oh yeah,
like starting after that, like PlayStation 4 generation and beyond, like they just disappeared. Like they're gone. I mean, I think another modern example I can think of actually too, and this is maybe more of an extreme
oh
example of it.
the Judgment games from the Yakuza developer. uh,
Oh yeah,
Judgment followed by Lost Judgment. Those, I
yeah,
believe, were a good example. Let me just check.
yeah. I would say too, and like maybe another more extreme example would be something
Mhm.
like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, and I guess
Um,
all of the Yakuza games sort of, because they're just like they're built within like a year or two of each other, and they're all like using the same engine, using the same like assets and stuff, and just
oh yeah,
telling another story. Like those are good examples, I
that's a
think.
great example. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, you just don't really see as much of that as you used to. I mean, you
Hmm.
think about like games that used to happen all the time. Prince of Persia, another example of that. Sands of Time, they did that.
Well, you're talking
Ubisoft.
about Ubisoft at that point, and
I mean,
Ubisoft
Ubisoft.
doesn't make
That's
anything
basically their
anymore
MO.
other than
Um,
Assassin's Creed, and they just keep rehashing that one over and over again. Even the new Assassin's Creed remake of the old Assassin's Creed that comes out this year is just using the same engine as um Shadows that came out last year, I think it was. So
yeah. Um,
people are already hating that because they removed the QTE element of hunting animals, and instead they have like health bars, and you have to fight them like you're like you're actually fighting an enemy. And
mhm.
it looks really dumb, and people are like, "This looks really stupid." It shouldn't take 15 swings from my cutlass to kill a pig.
You don't think?
Yeah, but I guess
Yeah,
that's what they decided.
exactly. Um, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to see, especially for these, big, well-revered games, maybe just, just take a small team and just kind of, I don't know, treat it as a large expansion and just kind of go that way.
Exactly. I think you
Mhm.
would get a lot more content yearly, because like you look at something like PlayStation right now, and they put out like one game a year, and it's just like, what are we doing? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, a great example for something like this would be like as in Sony's, wheelhouse from PlayStation 5 specifically would be like, hey, you already did a Ratchet and Clank. You already built that engine for the
Just
PlayStation
make
5.
another. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the worst part is too, like Sony of all companies with Ratchet and Clank specifically is known for doing that. Um
And they haven't
just
made a second one since Rift Apart. They haven't made one at all.
yeah.
Now this may age incredibly poorly, because there is a Sony State of Play next week on the 2nd, I believe,
Uh-huh.
which might be fun to talk about during if you want to, because I think it's at the same time as our podcast.
Oh, well, if it is, then we can do that for sure. We'll have to see. See what the timing looks like.
Yeah, let me see. June 2nd at 5 p.m. It's a little earlier. I can. Yeah, it's 5 p.m.
I don't
So
think I can swing 5. But we
that's
could
that's
just watch it when I get home too, I suppose.
yeah. I'm probably gonna
Mhm.
watch it with Katie still as it comes out though, so I will have already seen it, but
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine. It could
I'll
be a
have some
surprise for me.
thoughts to share.
Yeah. I'll be I'll be driving when it's gone. Well, we'll see what it is. If it's shitty then we'll see.
So
Um
the only reason that I say like it might be interesting to talk about is this is the first one since 2018 that they're putting in theaters, and it's over an hour long.
oh wow.
Yeah. So like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
What the hell are they planning? It's what I'm thinking. I know like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of it is Wolverine,
I
but
was gonna say it's probably just Wolverine.
it's not the whole thing.
Oh,
That's the thing.
I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, it says it's part of the hour plus long presentation, which will be sharing updates on multiple Sony properties.
Okay.
So we know it's multiple. It's not just like one thing. So
Yeah. All right. Will be interesting. Stay tuned.
people are assuming it's going to have like intergalactic, and I'm just sitting here like, I think you're too hopeful if you think Neil Druckmann's next game is going to get more information shown this early. I think you're waiting until PlayStation 6 for that one, to be completely honest.
Probably. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
All right. What else do I got? The only other thing I got to talk about this week is I saw the Mario Galaxy movie.
I did
Um,
too.
oh, did you?
I also watched the Mario Galaxy movie.
um,
What did you think about it?
I mean, I thought it was fine. I don't think it was nearly as. I know you didn't like the first movie, but I don't think it was nearly as good as the first one.
I think it was
Um,
way better than the first one because this
oh,
felt
really?
like an actual movie. Yeah, I actually liked this movie.
I think my issue with it is more on the Nintendo side of things. I don't think it's a bad movie
Hmm.
in that regard. Um, I think that Fox derails the movie too much. That's my
I
thought.
think that was one of the better aspects of the film. So we're at ends with each other here.
Yeah, I just don't think it was as focused as it should have been. So
Mm,
I don't know. That's all.
okay.
But otherwise, I enjoyed it. So I mean, that's fine. Anyways, what are you playing?
I've been playing multiple games.
Hmm.
First of all, I have to talk about Mixtape. We talked about how it's like the indie darling, the 10 out of 10, but people were looking at them with a little bit of a side eye, being like, is this really like the 10 out of 10 best game released this year? And we had that conversation last week when I
Yeah.
talked about that.
Hmm.
I've played Mixtape now, and I've finished Mixtape now. I think anyone that connects with this game is a psychopath.
Okay, not
This
what I was expecting, but yeah.
this game is, first of all, it's bad. Like it's
Okay.
not good. I
Hmm.
I could see where people would like this game,
Uh-huh.
but if you connect with the main character, fuck you. I don't want to know you. I don't want you to exist. Because to put it simple enough, the main character is the most gaslighting piece of shit, me kind of character I've seen in any form of video game media in like the last 10 years. And
It's
they are
impressive.
so awful that I cannot stand them. And I think anyone that feels a connection to this character is just a bad person in general. Like you're a bad person. If you're like, oh man, I'm so much like the main character of Mixtape. Well, then please do not be in my vicinity because I don't want you to exist around me. You're actually a piece of shit. Um, Beyond that, this game does the cardinal sin that I was just talking about with the original Mario movie, where it's like, hey, remember that thing? Here's that thing. And then that's kind of the whole thing of a lot of the set pieces in this game, which this game is 3 hours long. So that's why I can't really go into detail, but
Hmm.
I can give you a tiny bit of examples of why I think the main character of this is a sociopath and just a dickhead in general.
Hmm.
For instance, the whole point of this is this person's last day in town,
Okay.
and they have curated the perfect mixtape. The perfect mixtape to hang out with their friends, go to a underage drinking party after getting alcohol from some people, either from her sister who's left who has a hidden stash somewhere, or from someone that will buy it for them at like a convenience store or whatever, so they can take alcohol to the party and actually have this big major party before she leaves to go to New York City. I do want to spoil some very minor things, but some things that made me incredibly angry.
Hmm.
Um, this character you're supposed to feel a connection with, but like I said, she is a piece of shit.
Hmm.
She's decided at the last minute to go and stalk a music producer in the hopes of have forwarding her own career of and her own love of music by stalking them and maybe getting a job by presenting them with her mixtape.
Uh-huh.
And there's no guarantee that she'll even see them. There's
Hmm.
no guarantee that she'll meet up with them. There's
Hmm.
nothing. However, we see throughout this game flashbacks and different story bits with her friends where they've been planning this huge adventure in California after they leave high school and after all this stuff is all done and dusted, essentially. And they've been planning it for years, essentially, since they first met each other.
Hmm.
She fucks off to go to New York City a week before that adventure, and it completely ignores them and gaslights them into thinking her friends are the problem and not her selfish asshole ways.
Of course.
This drives one of her friends to heavily drink and get very intoxicated, and then we go and save her and pretend like we're the good guy, even though we're the one that pushed her to doing that in the first place because we were an absolute asshole who didn't care about our friends' feelings. I will not say any more, but I will say that the music in this is very good. The way the music is implemented in this is very good. The story is very, very lackluster and essentially boils down to you fuck up everything and you try to make it everyone else's problem and then solve it and pretend like you're the hero.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it's literally that. And the game doesn't present it ever as the character you're playing as is in the wrong. Never. Not even
Mhm.
once. I quite literally think there's only one or two things that's going on here. The main character of Mixtape is either a sociopath who is just obsessed with themselves and don't care about anyone else's feelings, or
Mhm.
they're autistic and don't realize what social cues are and can't tell what people's feelings are. Because there's no other way a normal person would act like this character does. And it infuriated me with how much bullshit happened and how much of it could have been avoided if our main character wasn't just an egotistical piece of shit. I did not like this game. Can you tell? Can you tell? I do not think this game deserves its 10 out of 10s. Merely because its story really goes nowhere. It's a bunch of just let's do flashbacks to build this character's story and build their friendship and relationships, but our character is actually really bad at even maintaining any or having feelings at all. They just feel really like very much like a set piece, essentially, like to get from one place to another. Our character acts like they're the person that's going through all this shit when it's the side characters more so than her own self. And then our character also acts like everyone else is the problem and not them. And I hate that. I hate any character like that in the first place. And on top of all that, you'd think, okay, well, we're doing all this to show some sort of character growth. There's none. There's not a single bit of character growth the entire time. By the end of the game, you are in the exact same place you were with this character the entire game, where she thinks she's always in the right and that she's done nothing wrong whatsoever and that she is the good guy. She's a piece of shit. Fuck her. Fuck the writers of this. And if they actually think, hey, like, this is nostalgic for some people, I knew people exactly like this. Yeah, we did know people like that. And they're fucking gone now, and they should stay gone. I didn't like this. I didn't like this at all. It's not a 10 out of 10. The writing's not good. I loathe the dialogue. The dialogue has parts where it's like fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fucky, fuck, 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 and that's like our dialogue. That's our dialogue. That is our actual dialogue. That happens in one whole chapter where we are just skateboarding down a city, going through a bunch of different set pieces and screaming fuck off and flicking off things because we're an angsty, angry teenager, even though we're the reason that we are in the position that we are in the first place. Yeah, I didn't like this game. I didn't think this game was good at all. I still don't think this game is good. I absolutely do believe the industry plant things that people are saying now. This game is not good. This game is not well made. This game is barely a game. It's essentially an interactive movie. You can, in multiple points in time in this game, in the gameplay segments, not touch your controller and completely finish the gameplay segments. Now, obviously, in the walking sim segments, you can't do that. You'll actually have to do some form of input, but the input essentially amounts to go here, press A, here story. Go here, press A, here story. No actual real gameplay elements here. And then the actual gameplay element sections, you can just kind of skip by not even touching your controlling and letting it do it itself. And I think this game is 100% possible. This is a case where have you ever seen that meme where it says the worst person you know makes a good point? The worst kinds of people were saying that this game is just some form of industry plant. This game is just some form of, it's getting all these accolades and people are saying they love it in the reviewing space for some reason that we don't know. But clearly it's not actually a good game. And those people who are horrible and not good people to listen to are actually right for once. This game feels like it was made specifically to win awards and that the worst people you know are the people that want this game to succeed. This game fucking sucked. Fuck Mixtape. It was garbage. I want my 3 hours of life back that I wasted on it. I feel very strongly about how much I hated this game. So yeah, that's Mixtape.
No, I do. There's very few games I hear you talk about like this, so I mean, I know you hate this a
I'm
lot.
so upset because here's the thing. I went in seeing the worst people imaginable say how much this game is dog shit and how much it's just a plant and it's just planted to win awards for some reason.
Mhm.
And I was like, these people are crazy. They're fucking stupid. They're always fucking stupid. They're gonna be wrong about this one as well. It's got good music. It's got Smashing Pumpkins in it. It's got Devo in it. It's got all this stuff. It can't be that bad. And then I started playing it and I was like, it is really that bad. Holy shit. And I went in with my brain dead set on giving this the most fair opportunity that I possibly could. And throughout the entire game, I was saying, no, 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 no. Don't be this bad. Like, what the hell? Even during the last, like, segment, and I'm not going to spoil what the last segment was, but it has you running and jumping and dodging things.
Mhm.
And I had seen where people had said, if you don't touch anything, the game plays itself. These same people are what are known as grifters. They'll take anything and make a controversy out of it so they can make money or they can get clout on the internet, essentially. So I didn't believe these people. I was streaming this game. I fully streamed this entire game on my Twitch. So you can hear how much I hate this game if you want to. I fully streamed this entire game on my Twitch, and I said during the segment that I had seen before, I'm going to test these grifters like what they said. I'm going to test what they said. I am not going to touch my controller and see if the game plays itself. I swear to God, I went 15 minutes without touching my controller, and the whole game just played out without me doing anything.
Yeah, it seems a little much, I would say.
Yeah,
I
it
want at
was
least some interactivity.
borderline an interactive movie. Like the only thing, like I said, that actually was interactable and was somewhat of a gameplay element was going around and looking at things, and that was more like walking sim, which walking sims are fine. I like Life is Strange. I don't have any problem with those specific kinds of games. This just went to a completely different level, and it felt like it was a game trying to be Oscar bait for like the worst kind of person you know. And it was just terrible. Like nothing about this game aside from the music, which they obviously paid out the wazoo for things like Smashing Pumpkins and The Cure and Devo and whatnot. And there were little elements that were really cool where we would get information about a song that was playing and they would break it down and tell us, hey, this is this song. It released in this year. It was the most used song for this sort of thing. It was used in a lot of films. It was used in da 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 da. And I'm like sitting here and I'm like, those are cool things. I kind of like that. But then I had to go back to the game, and I was like, damn it, because I liked one character, and it was the random stoner man, because it was the stoner man who was more um knowledgeable than he let on, but he would rather just be a do nothing stoner instead of actually, have common, share his wisdom. But he actually had wisdom, and he actually was a character, and he was actually like a super interesting and nice character, which we didn't have many of those in this game at all. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, but I felt like that character was meant to be the dumb comedy sidekick, and that the creator of this game actually wrote the best character and pretended that they were the worst character. And I was just like, yeah, that seems like the kind of vain shit that the person that made the main character for this game would do. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't like this game. At all. It's barely a game. And a lot of the people that said things like you can just go entire segments without actually playing and the game will do its gameplay for you were 100% correct. There doesn't seem to be any sort of fail state at all. In fact, if you like hit a car or whatever when you're skateboarding, it'll just rewind you and then replay that, moving you slightly to the right or left, so you don't get stuck in that loop. So you can just continue on with not playing the game and watching it unfold in front of you. It's just not good. It's really not good, and there's not many games that I've felt this much anger towards. But this game did feel like actual people that I've known, but they're the worst kind of people, and it felt like the game was trying to present them as the best. And I was like, no, I will not let you do that. Fuck you. No, that's not happening. So, yeah. And I had multiple people that were watching this game with me, and we all kind of felt the same way. This is dog shit. And and we all went in with good intentions, and by the end of it, we did not come out with good intentions. We even came up with how we thought the game was going to end, and the game didn't even do us the justice of having an ending.
Oh, geez.
It just kind of stops. So,
That's
like,
obnoxious.
fuck this game. Fuck this game. Fuck this 3-hour and 15-minute experience. It's not worth your time. You shouldn't play it. And if anyone's giving this awards, I think they have brain parasites.
Maybe. They could.
Yeah.
Hey, we got plenty of good games to play this year. We don't need to worry about that one.
We do.
Speaking of, I mean...
Let's go on to some of the other games I played.
I was a super slight detour with reviews, but did you see the good reviews that Bond has been getting?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy about that. It came out today. I haven't picked it up. I haven't played it yet, and no one I know has picked it up. But this is definitely something I'll probably pick up in the future. It looks very good.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good from what people have been saying. So, honestly, like, not that I was expecting the game to be bad, but honestly, reviews even like just like this game is getting like 9s and 10s like across the board.
I see
it's
that.
Wild.
I see that. I will say it is made by IO Interactive, and IO made the Hitman games, and those Hitman games are really good ass games. So I did kind of have hope for this game in the first place. My main issue, as I've already mentioned, with this game was a lot of the frame rate and like the performance issues that I've seen from some of the videos that were uploaded by the official like YouTube channel of the game. It seemed like they weren't putting their best foot forward when it came to the way they were presenting it. But it seems like it runs great. It seems like it plays great. It seems like it's just awesome. And it's another fun-ass game made by the Hitman devs. And the Hitman devs they're doing really good. They're doing really good at making just fun-ass experiences. Like, just great games overall. So, that's great.
So, yep, there we go. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
Yes, Forza Horizon 6, I've played more of that now. I played a lot more of that, about, like, 30 plus hours. I really like Forza Horizon 6. So there's a lot of things here that are different from the other Forzas now that I've been able to actually notice. And I like a lot of the new things that are here, such as the fact that if you've driven a road, you just fast travel to it, which I believe I somewhat mentioned a little bit, but it's like...
No, you mentioned it last. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's any road in the entire game, because I've driven like 400 roads now, and there's like 641, and I can just go anywhere. I can just teleport to any place in the game if I've already been there, and that's great. And that means even like starting events, I can teleport straight to the event, start the event, and then play the event then and there, and that's awesome. I played a lot of the online mode with friends now, and the online is so much fun. There is a mode that is like Street Party, I believe is what it is called, which I now have more information on and how it works. You're given 3 different things, such as drifting or driving really fast or jumping the furthest or getting the most points and this sort of thing. And it's you and everyone else that's in the online room that has joined the drift party. So you sign up and you get 12 people. So you have that going, but at the same time, everyone that's in the room will be cut up into their own little 12 people group. And when you sign up for this and you go into the event, you're all working together as a team to accumulate the most score for like how far everyone's jumping, how many jumps you've made, how many special like burnouts or whatever you've done, how many tricks you've done while getting from point A to point B. And that stuff is a lot of fun because you're driving cross country from one spot to another spot, and it allows you to take in a lot of the scenery and a lot of the actual game while interacting with the people that you're playing. So you may like go down like the big drift hill, and you may be like having like 6 different cars that are just drifting all the way down this like mountain hill and everything. And it's so cool, and it's so much fun to do that sort of thing. I love Forza Horizon 6. It is just so chill and so relaxing and so enjoyable to play. I've played more little like story missions now. I did one where essentially I had to race 2 airplanes that were doing like stunts. So like they're doing stunts and showboating, and I'm racing them with a car trying to get to the finish line before them. And all these things are kind of you can't really lose it unless you really fuck up.
Mhm.
But it's so cool seeing the little set pieces while driving from point A to point B and all the neat things that they've done in between there. And then the fact that outside of that, when you go and do the missions to level your character, level your per layer character up and get more stuff, get more cars, find more cars, because there's even cars that are hidden out in like secret spots. Like you'll
Mhm.
get like someone that'll talk to you over the radio, and they'll be like, "Hey, here's like a hint. There's like," and then you'll see like a little picture, and it'll tell you where some cars are hidden somewhere in the open world. And since you've been driving the open world, you'll notice little landmarks and little places like that. And sometimes those hidden cars will be in places that you've been. You'll be like, "Oh, I actually recognize that place. I'm going to drive over there and look around." And since the whole game's open world, you can drive around the entire area and try to find where this car is hidden at. And once you find the car, it's yours. You actually get that car, and then you can race that car, drive that car, do whatever you want, drift that car, all that good stuff. And it's awesome. It's really fun just chilling and exploring the open world in Forza Horizon 6. I like it a lot. So,
That's
yeah,
great.
I've played Tomodachi Life now.
I saw I was on your list. I
Um,
I'm
yeah,
actually very interested in your thoughts on it because I don't think we've ever talked about Tomodachi before. I can't
I've
remember.
never played Tomodachi. So that
Okay.
this is the first for me.
Well, tell
Um,
me about your thoughts then.
okay, so first of all, it's very silly. It's
Yes.
incredibly silly. I
Yeah.
also have a few gripes, which I'm going to get out of the way first and foremost.
Mhm.
Boy, I wish I could share Mii's with people, and boy, I wish people could share Mii's with me so that we could make specific Mii's or characters to put on our island.
You can.
Uh,
It's not easy.
I know it's not easy because I've been doing it. I spent 6 hours this morning trying to figure it out. All right. Yeah, and that's Tomodachi share. And there's
Yeah.
also the option to use imported Mii's from Miitopia Demo, which you can download the Mii's through Miitopia Demo and import them into Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. I didn't do that one. I just decided to do the one that requires a lot of artistry. Boy,
I'll
howdy, is
just
that
build them
shit
yourself.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time I did well, the way I got my Mii's on my Switch was actually I I think if I remember what I did is I think I used Amiibo to transfer them from one
Mhm.
system to the other. It was a pain in the ass. Yeah, they really it'd be nice if they brought back like the Me channel or something like that to kind of make
Sure
it so
would.
it'd be easier to share Mii's. Like you don't. I think even in this case, especially, I mean, there's enough games that use Mii's or Me like equivalents. Like you don't need like a like you don't need it like specifically like in Tomodachi Life, but just something on the system to be able to do it more easily would be great.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
So
no,
I'm
I agree
gonna
with you
I'm gonna
100.
send
percent
you a picture here, right? This
Okay.
is one I spent a very long time learning how to do this morning. So yeah,
Oh, that's good.
it takes way longer to make than you might actually think because there's so many things here that aren't actually normal pieces and that are changed and
Changed
stretched
and
and
tweaked.
pulled and tweaked and everything to work the way it should. And I like that about this game, but it's also very, very difficult. So yeah, so there's that. I think this game's really good. I think this game's really silly. It gives me a Sims feeling, but
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
not, but like more out there and weird. Like it's
Yes.
really weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's definitely like a sim type game. It just
yeah,
it doesn't have as much of the focus is definitely more on the characters and the relationships as opposed
yes,
to like the building and the building management and like those things are it's like the reversal of like Animal Crossing and like
yep.
Pocopia where those are really building focused games
You
whereas
just kind
this
of
is
get
really
the
relationship
buildings for
focused.
doing things here.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And it's usually like trivial stuff like, oh, you got three people living on the island,
yep.
here's a new building. Yeah.
And that brings me to the next point. I've been doing so much with actually like designing characters and whatnot that I only have 3 people right now, but because I spent a lot of time figuring out how to design characters, which took a decent chunk of time because I didn't understand the way the system worked, and then I didn't understand the way to tweak the system to make it work for me. So that took a little while to get down, but I've understand it now, and I think next thing I'm gonna try to do is draw characters, and boy howdy is that gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So so there's that. But yeah, I mean I like the idea of this game. But it's very odd. And I don't really see a point in it, but that's kind of the fun, if that
Yeah,
makes
it's
any
kind of
sense.
that is the point of the no point, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I
it
think it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's hard to I think with everything else that's kind of available right now, sometimes it's
mhm.
hard even for me to focus on it, but there's a lot of cool stuff in this game, and I think they do some really clever things, and I like I said, you're right, it's just so silly, like, some of the stuff that that game does is just ridiculous, and it's hilarious because of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, yeah. So and apparently too, I guess it was the best-selling game of the month for April, which surprised me.
Sure was. I
Yeah.
mean, Sarah, she thought that would have been, but boy, that didn't
Sorrows,
do so well.
Pragmata, like there's a bunch of things that came out kind of around that time that you would think maybe would have, gotten some of that attention, but no,
Sarah
that's where it
sold
is.
300,000 copies only. That's crazy. Still to me.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yep. So
All
that's a
right.
thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I look forward to exploring more of this game and seeing what's going to happen. I'm actually probably going to play it right after I'm done with this podcast, to be honest,
Yeah. Well, speaking
because
of,
yeah,
no, finish what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say because like I didn't get a lot into the actual, I guess like meat and potatoes of the game because I
Yeah.
was trying to figure out how to like design different things like items for the characters and the characters themselves. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I did put uh Maki Zenin on my island for those who know who that is, as well as Markiplier.
Oh,
And the first me, since I didn't know what the fuck to do, I created a John Tomodachi life. So
okay.
there's that. It's just a default ass me that it's just called John. So there's that. So we got a default ass me with celebrities on the island. So that's been pretty interesting.
I mean, I do have one celebrity on my island, but it was their actual me, so I don't know.
Oh wait, who do you have?
Kevin
Is it one of the...
Pereira.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I street passed him when I worked at GameStop, and so like I because when you street pass, you could
I
convert
street
them into
passed a
actual Miis,
bunch of
and
people
then
on my
you
old
could yeah,
3DS.
mhm.
But like, yeah, I don't know how the hell you would convert that into a me and put it onto Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, so basically you have to kinda do what I did, which was basically like so you had the street pass, you can save the Mii to your system,
Uh huh.
so then you do that, and I think if I remember, there is some process to get them from 3DS to the Switch. I think I used Amiibo, I think that's how I did it if I remember.
I see. I see.
Because you can put the Amiibo on or you can put the Mii onto the Amiibo, and then you can just scan it into the Switch and move it over.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
that is how I think I did it. I don't recall for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what I did. Um, so yeah, but that's I think that's the most exciting one in there. Otherwise, I have some friends I had street passed that had gotten their Mii's that way, or just kind of over the years, just ones that I've had around since like the Wii days.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of fun. It's a cute game.
I got
So,
outfit for my main me, the one that I started the island with, and he's just like,
uh
"Yeah, I don't like this." I was like, "Oh, okay. You gonna be
huh.
that blunt about it? All right then."
Oh yeah, no, they don't fuck around if they don't like it. They're just like, nope, this is shit. Uh, it's really funny when you give them something that like they hate to eat too, like the same way. They're like, never again. Do
So
not.
far, yeah. What was your island called?
I just named it Adelaide Island.
All right, so I want a lot of angry people fighting with each other. So what do you think I called my island?
Mixtape Island.
It's Waffle House Island, baby.
Oh, that's good. I like that too.
And I
Yeah.
had my first two Mii's talk because you can tell them what to have a conversation about, and it's like,
hmm
okay, well, they're gonna talk about waffles. And so
Yeah.
they did.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. And they became really good friends because they talked about waffles. They were taught about waffles and they understand waffles better now. It's like, okay, sure. It's silly. This is a really silly game. I do like the idea of it. I'm gonna play more. So that. In fact, that's probably gonna be most of my game playing today, besides Counter Strike, because I always play Counter Strike every
Fair.
night with friends.
hmm Speaking of, anything else to talk about before we wrap up?
No. PlayStation has a state of play next week, which we may talk about. That's something we could mention. Because it comes out the same day that we normally do our podcast.
Mhm.
So, that's something to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned it earlier in the episode. Um, but yeah, we'll see what the schedule looks like next week, and I mean, we'll talk about it
I
some way,
guess
shape,
I
or
guess there
form. So
are a few other things I would mention that I
yeah,
saw, but it's not like enough to like have a big conversation about. But it is worth talking about real quick.
yeah,
I saw that Grand Theft Auto 6 is still on schedule to come out this year, but it's so far behind schedule with where they want to be right now that they're like months behind where they should be with the game at
yeah.
this
I mean, we
point.
talked about it weeks ago. They were already in
I
crunch time.
Oh, they were in crunch, but now it's come out that they're like 10 months behind schedule of where they're supposed to be while in crunch for getting this released on time at the end of this year. But they're still pushing and they're making the crunch even harder to get to that release date at the end of this year, which is just sickening to think
Yeah,
about.
yeah, exactly. And the CEO said it's coming out on that release day.
Yep.
So yeah, it just does not seem like it was well. I don't know. It just does not seem like it's good management, honestly.
No, it doesn't seem like they've ever had good management, to be completely honest.
Oh, probably not.
And then also, I saw that supposedly there was some like chat about it recently. Also, still talking about GTA 6. That the reason that they aren't putting out GTA 6 day and date for PC as well is because they don't make enough money off the microtransactions on PC. So they're like, we'll throw I mean, obviously, it's bullshit. It's because they just don't have time. If they're already in crunch, they don't have time to do it. But their excuse is essentially, our microtransactions see the most purchases on consoles, so that is our core fan base and who we've decided to support. And I'm just sitting here like, I know you're full of shit. Because maybe your microtransactions see that much, but you have sold so many copies on PC that it's actually insane because people will buy multiple copies for specific reasons, and then it's just like, okay, because like maybe like this person's like, I'm modding on this copy, so I want to like have a copy that's for playing online and one that's for playing with mods. And when I say mods, I don't mean like cheating mods. I mean like things like the GTA RP, for instance, that exist, as you may
hmm
already know about, where people role play in GTA 5 and stuff like that. And it's like sitting here and it's like, I think if you had an audience that built an entire game mode for you that you then took and put into GTA 6 supposedly, maybe that's the audience that you should probably be, also paying attention to if you were going to do that. But I guess not. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It'll come out on PC eventually, as it always does. But it's a little annoying that like GTA is the one series that they're just like, no, we'll just wait because we'll know you'll buy it again anyway.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's ever come out day and date on PC before, though, right?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like they're doing something different or
I get
bucking a
that. I
trend.
get that, but they are kind of bucking a trend because now most of the games release the same day on PC. Like for instance, look at you know uh
Sony.
007 that just came out. We're not talking about Sony or Jason Schreier or anything like that because we still don't for sure know, but we also haven't seen it happen yet. But that's because Sony doesn't release games. They just kind of release one every year, maybe, and then they fuck off. So, there's that. But no, we were seeing things like, we just had Forza Horizon 6 just came out. We just had 007 First Light, which came out today, literally. We had the Batman games that came out on the 19th, I believe it was, or maybe the 22nd. Doesn't matter. Either way, a bunch of games that released at the same time on console as they do on PC. And those games are doing incredibly well. And it just seems like it's not so much that they're not bucking a trend. They are bucking a trend, the trend of not releasing when other people do, but they're doing it because they know people will double dip. And anything they're saying about like, oh, we sell more microtransactions on console, that may be in some respect the reason why they also do it, but they didn't sell any microtransactions on GTA 4, and they did it with GTA 4. They didn't sell any microtransactions on GTA 3 or Vice City or San Andreas, and they did it with all three of those as well. So it's just, they just needed to find a new excuse to be like, no, we just don't have the ability to release at the same time because we can't manage things correctly because we're really bad at our job. Which Rockstar, for as good at putting out games as they are really bad at managing their people and managing things, as we're already seeing with GTA 6. So, was that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We will see what happens. All right. What else?
Other than that, I don't really think there's that much else to talk about when it comes to that. I don't think I've even seen that much news. Did you see anything?
No, I looked. I really didn't see anything.
Okay, so we're kind of all in the same boat then. I've got nothing else then.
Okay, let's wrap up.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to us tonight. Don't forget to find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. All of our episodes are available on game-crunch.com. If you want to reach out to us, gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon.
Hello.
Any final thoughts?
No. I don't play Mixtape. Or do. If you got 3 hours and you've got Game Pass, just see how bad it is for yourself. It's really
at least bad. If you have Game Pass, that's low.
How I played it. I didn't pay to play it. I just played it for Game Pass. But I already had Game Pass because I was going to play Subnautica 2 and Forza Horizon 6, obviously. So I just took that moment to,
try that out.
Give it a try. I didn't invest anything into it other than my time. So, there's that. But I do think a lot of people are completely ignoring just how big a piece of shit the character is that you play as in Mixtape, and how the game is very manipulative of their friends. And then it's like, okay. And I see so many people being like, I'm so nostalgic for something like this. And I'm like, I fucking hope you're not.
You people are getting nostalgic for strange things.
You're nostalgic to be a piece of shit. I feel like a lot of people are ignoring the actual story and are just seeing like, oh cool, they've got cassette tapes. Oh neat, they've got skateboards. Oh cool, they went to a 7-Eleven and they made a Slurpee out of all the different Slurpee flavors. Oh cool, I remember doing that as a kid. But then they're ignoring the story where like you actually play as a psychopath. And it's like, okay.
It's each their own. I'm sure there's some people that, maybe enjoy it. I'm sure there's some people that legitimately enjoy it. So, it is what it is, but yeah, I mean, I can't fault.
They have vinyl records. Yes, so do we, you fucking idiot. We literally just walk into Walmart right now. You can buy vinyls. It's nothing new. And it was so cool back then because they were all media on the way out, so it was hip. And shut the fuck up, hipster. Anyway,
all right. Anyways, that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. Find me online. I'm Clash of Penguin there or on your favorite gaming console. Until next week, game on.
Game on.
The case and grin, dust on my collar again. A hat brim, a whip, a plan. Baby, I'm that kind of man. Step in the darkened hall, watch every painted wall. One wrong move, I'm gone. the floor. One step, then two more. My pulse says stay calm, my boots say go on. Game on, Indiana Jones. Game on, I'm never alone. Game on, right through the road. Game on, I want more. I read the stone, you know, old words in a golden glow. A hidden door swings wide, and I take that ride. Steel teeth swinging chain, I smile through the strain. You call it trouble, baby, I call it my day. Got a map and a spark, cutting clean through the dark. Every trap wants my name, I say game on. Game on, Indiana Jones. Game on, I'm never alone. Game on, right through the roar. Game on, I want more. When the sky falls low, I still go. One breath, one leap. That's how legends keep. If the ground shakes hard, I'm already far. With a grin, with a scar, I'm still the star. Game on, Indiana Jones. Game on, I'm never alone. Game on, I laugh at the floor. Game on, I want more. Game on, baby, take the call. Game on, I'll risk it
Hi? Hello? Did my rant actually kill you? Alright. Bro knew I was gonna be ranting, so he just left. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I don't know. I could hear you totally fine. And
I didn't
not
hear
like to admit
anything you said. I didn't hear anything you were saying during me talking at all.
Yeah, it's
So I
weird.
felt like you just left. I was like, bro knew I was gonna rant about this game and how much I hated it, so he just left.
I don't know. I mean, I was looking, so like I definitely was in Discord. Everything was working fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe Discord just was like, I don't want to listen to this person anymore and just turned me off. Not sure.
Discord was like, fuck, they're on to us. They knew it's an industry plant game. I have to get them out of here. Disconnect the entire stream.
I know. Well, maybe it was more because what I threatened to do, you didn't hear, because I was like, because basically what I was saying when you could not
Yeah.
hear me was, I joked. I was like, well, the way that you pause a lot of your sentences would be so easy to edit it out, so it just
Oh,
completely
God.
changes it. Because you were like, I think this game is 100%, and then like you pause for like, I don't know, good 15 seconds, which is just like opening the window, just edit out the rest.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, there's that. I was laughing because like there's so many things that you said. I'm like, I could just edit out one word so easily and just change this entire thing.
Please do not. I feel so strongly about my hatred for this game. I need you to understand how much I do not like this game.
Well, you know what? I think I hear lots of love for this game.
Please,
I think you're
do
very
not.
strongly passionate about how much you enjoy this game and how much people want it to win awards.
I hate this fucking game. It's so bad. You don't understand.
Hey y'all, spoiler alert. So we recorded some of the episode that I thought had some spoilers for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So here is the rest of that segment where we discuss some more thoughts about the movie further. Be warned, there are some spoilers in here. It's a Mario movie, so it's what it is. But if you are looking to go into it blind, do not listen to anything after now. Well, I'm probably gonna edit this part out because I don't want to go too far into specifics, but I'll just tell you kind of what my thoughts are with Fox specifically. But so my issue with Fox is not the cameo itself. If it had just stayed when they saw him at the Gateway Galaxy, I would have been totally fine with it. It's the fact that they brought him along with them. And that's where the issue is because he becomes like a focal point for the rest of the story, and really kind of derails it out of Mario territory because of that. Whereas I think the movie would have been more cohesive plot wise if they kept it Mario focused.
I thought the movie was totally fine plot wise. I thought it was miles better than the first one. I thought the Fox driving them, as well as like doing the shooting and everything to help destroy the planet, was totally fine because you weren't going to take down a big planet with just Mario. And the fact that he
You mean
piloted.
when he shoots it with Rosalina's observatory?
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
You could have
Yes,
put anyone else in there and it would have been fine. It didn't have to be Fox. Fox really that's my issue with it. Fox doesn't really serve like a point in this movie. They could have went to Gateway Galaxy and it could have been Luke fucking Skywalker and you would have had the same effect.
So I do kind of disagree and agree at the same time. So I think the point that we saw with Fox was two things. One, it was the fact that we'd seen what's the best way to put this? Hold on one second. Let me gather my thoughts. Mario was not there for the piloting of the ship, nor was anyone else, and someone had to pilot the ship to get them to where they were going.
Yep, no, I get that part.
Yeah, and the fact that Fox was the one that piloted it, it made sense because I'm pretty sure we're doing a Nintendo universe movie, possibly even a Smash Brothers movie or something like Mario Party or golf or whatever, something in that realm in the future. Because all of the dominoes were lined up in this film for that kind of movie to be created in the future. And the fact that we had Fox there kind of cemented that moment for me. And then the other moment was Game & Watch when he nined.
That was funny.
That was cool.
But my point with Fox though is still, like I said, the cameo is totally fine. Keep the cameo. It doesn't even change anything. And you literally could have just had anyone else pilot Rosalina's observatory and it would have came out the same way. Like Fox doesn't add anything to the story. And you could take out Fox after that cameo at the beginning and still keep his scene at the end. And like I said, replace him with anyone else for those few seconds for the rest of the movie, and the movie would have been totally fine.
I don't know. I thought Fox was one of the better characters in the whole film.
He is. I'm like I said, I'm not saying that Fox is bad. I'm just saying that if you wanted a Mario, like a more focused Mario movie, Fox should have not been anything more than a cameo. Like they made him too intensive to the plot for no reason when he could have just been subbed out from someone that made more sense. That's really all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Like I said, I like the cameo. I think Fox was great, and I think whatever they're doing with it's good. I just think that his role in terms of like wrapping up like the Bowser story kind of thing was just unnecessary. Like I said, and I think we talked about it before too. Like you could have stuck anyone in there. There's plenty of Mario characters that could have fit that role.
So your feelings towards Fox were my feelings towards Rob the Robot. I didn't like Rob in this film at all. I thought his cameo and moment in this movie and his multiple moments in this movie were really obnoxious.
I don't even remember him. I know he was there. I just don't even remember him. That's how little importance that he had for me.
So it was when first when Peach and Rosalina, first when Peach got to the ship planet where they needed to find someone, and she was trying to find where the people like land their ships, where she can find a pilot to take her to Rosalina's place and whatever, that sort of thing. She sees Rob and she's like, "Can you show me where the ship hangar is?" And he's like, "It's
Oh yes, I remember that. That was dumb.
and it was
Yeah.
so fucking annoying. And it went on for like a minute to 2 minutes, and then they repeated the same fucking joke when Mario showed up and Luigi.
Yeah, no, that doesn't. But like I said, that unnecessary. But I don't think that one like really detracted as much, just because it's just so
I
literally.
think
But
this
same
was
thing though, you could
literally
stick
just
anyone in there and it would have been the same thing.
building for a Nintendo Universe film. I think that's all of the thing with Star Fox was, and the thing with um Rob, and the thing with Game and Watch. I think that's all that was, and I think it's fine. Fox is one of the more important characters when I think of like Smash Brothers and that sort of thing. And the character that I think could get a spin-off film the most out of anyone is Star Fox, so why not have him at least somewhat prominent in this? I didn't even think he was in it for that long. I mean, he did fuck off after they destroyed the guns and stuff on the planet. I thought it was fine, his role in this film.
Well, like I said, I think it's fine. I just think that it could have been better if he was not the person that did it. That's all.
Yeah, but then who else would you have do it?
That's not
Just some random dude?
there's tons of options. I mean, you could do like, and especially if you want to go like more Nintendo focused. I mean, like there's what Tatango was the. I mean, he was a boss character, but he was like an alien that flew like a spaceship. Like he would be someone that could do something like that.
Why would a boss character help out Mario? We saw
Mario,
all the boss characters throughout the entire
I'm saying
film.
Mario's
Like,
Mario universe is always kind of weird. Why is Birdo friends with Mario now after he tried to kill him so many times? Nobody knows.
I mean, he wasn't in the film.
Huh?
He wasn't in the film.
I know he wasn't a friend in the film, but in the games he is.
I know, but
So,
the film and the games are different. That's what I was trying to point
well,
out.
then why are you trying to make this? Why? How come you're using that point when I say that, and then when I say someone else, you're like, oh, well, the films and games are different.
Because
yeah,
of the
what
fact,
are you? Those, what
yeah,
kind of moving
I think
goalposts is that, Brandon?
no, it's not moving the goalpost, because I think one of them is statistically a bad guy in the film, and it's shown when they go to the casino zone area, and then everyone starts trying to beat the shit out of Peach and Toad during the casino scene and whatnot. And yeah, I don't know. I like very clearly Birdo was a bad guy in that scene. That's
well,
all
no, he
I was
definitely
saying.
was in the movie, but I'm just saying, like in general, he's a good character. But he started off as a boss.
And
Boss,
Bowser was a good character for most of this movie too.
yeah, exactly. And it brought even like wildly so even.
Mm-hmm. I really liked Bowser in this film compared to the original. I thought having Jack Black not talk so much made the film better.
Yeah, I like that. Honestly, the music stuff was really top notch too.
Yeah, and we didn't have a bunch of fucking license track bullshit that like didn't happen at all in this film. So it didn't feel like I was just watching, generic Hollywood film. There was a lot of actual Mario music in this one as opposed to the original. I liked that. I liked
yeah,
that
there was I don't remember what it was now, but I remember listening when I was in the theater. I'm like, oh, it was a deep cut track, not what I would have expected.
There was a Mario Brothers 2 track, like Doki Doki Panic Mario Brothers 2 track in the movie.
Yeah, there's that bunch of Star Fox stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, there's some good ones. I don't know, other pilot characters. I mean, honestly, Mario's been a pilot enough. He could have done it, although I mean, he was busy running around doing other things.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong actually, I think would have been a better choice. He probably could have done it. I mean, he's Diddy Kong Racing. He flies planes. Why can't he fly?
Because it's a spaceship, and Diddy Kong's not a space monkey. But you
He's
know
not
who
a
is a
space
Star Fox? Damn, it might be the character named Star Fox.
Well, I mean, if you want to be like that, then I mean, there's tons of Nintendo characters that can do it.
Yeah, and I originally thought Captain Falcon would show up.
Falcon, I mean, Samus.
Samus. I swear to God, I saw Samus's ship in the background. I swear to God, I saw Samus's ship in the background. Okay, so I wasn't crazy.
No.
Okay.
No, you're not crazy.
I was watching this on Discord with friends. I streamed the film, and we all watched it over Discord that way. And I was like, we all at the same time when all the like ships were landing, we were like, I think that's Samus in the background.
Yeah, I have definitely seen pictures of her ship in there.
Mm-hmm.
So not there. Oh, actually, you know who else would probably be, good? Because there was a bunch of shit in Mario Galaxy 2, like that, because Mario had his own spaceship there and they were flying that around. That could even be that giant Luma. I don't even remember what his name is. That
Oh,
would
the
also be.
Omar would have maybe been a good pick
Omar would
because
have been.
we
Actually,
did
the
see
Pikmin
the
were in the game already.
Pikmin were
Yeah.
in the movie already. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And those are more Pikmin's more Mario adjacent than Star Fox is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's bad, but I just think that there probably. I think there could have been
All right, here.
Lakitu. Actually, probably could have also been a good.
I'm gonna send you a picture because I have the film downloaded on my computer and I can pull up VLC and take screenshots. Let me send this to you. If I paste it, does it automatically? It does not. Okay, I gotta go and send it this way. Where is this saved? Nope. What does it save my pictures? Let me check something. Where does VLC save your pictures? Username. Okay, pictures. Got it. Go do this. The users. Me. Pictures. What? I don't think I'd saved it there. This is so stupid. Hey, it just said something. Oh, OneDrive? That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you saving it to OneDrive? That's dumb. Huh? Oh, I found it. Okay. Alright. So, like, I thought the blue one landing or the one on the left landing, one of these two ships here, I just sent you the picture.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Was one of Samus's ships.
No, those are not Samus's ships.
Yeah, I saw another one somewhere, like in the sky. I'm trying to catch the picture.
You're right. You're right in the area, though. I just pulled up the screenshot of where it is in the movie.
Yeah, show me the screenshot then.
Let's see.
Oh dear God.
I know. Good luck seeing it from that tiny ass thing, but if you look behind Toad on the right, that little yellowish ship, that is Samus's ship.
Yeah, let me see something. Oh, I found it. I was very.
Oh yeah, the ship is taking off as that big orange ship lands. I can see a small clip of it now.
Which the big orange ship isn't.
The big orange ship isn't what?
Wait, I'm trying to get to it. Okay, there, it's right here. I got it. I actually got it. Okay, I got it this time. I thought I had it. I think I actually sent you the wrong one in the first place, or I took a picture of the wrong one. This is it. I found it. I'm so silly. Okay, this is the actual one. There it is. It's behind the ship. I see it flying off now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we got that. So that's more Nintendo characters that are in the film, or that are in this universe that we know of. And I guess Samus would have made sense then.
Yeah.
But then would they have focused too much on Samus or whatever, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, really, honestly, too, you really do. You do need. And the other thing is, too, did you really even need anyone to fly the observatory?
Well, first it was a ship because they needed to get off that planet. Because they somehow made it through there by.
Oh yeah, because they all hop in the R-wing. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, you could always. I mean, honestly, even too, they could have kept that part and just had him drop them off at the observatory and just had the observatory do it himself. I still think I would be okay with that. I just really don't think you need Fox flying the observatory like it's an R-wing.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I thought it was good.
Like I said, it's fine. I just think in terms of, like I said, in terms of like Nintendo stuff, it's strange. Yeah, I think it just, like I said, I think it just really, if you're coming into it as a Mario Galaxy movie, I think by making Fox such a key part of it, just kind of diminishes from that. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad movie. And I don't disagree with people who think that they like it better, like you do. I mean, I'm not out there being like, hey, you're wrong.
The thing is, this movie felt like a movie. Like it had a beginning, a middle, and an end that didn't just consist of, hey, look at this popular thing. It actually had a story going for it. And I liked that about this film because the other movie, the first one, felt like a series of set pieces more so than an actual movie, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel maybe more so about this movie than the other one.
I do not feel that
Um,
way at all.
there's so much just random shit in this movie, like the casino, like okay, um,
Well, it was okay. So the casino, right?
yeah,
Maybe you didn't realize it or anything, but that was like a back alley, like villain lair. It was like a hidden hideout, that sort of thing, and it led to like a whole like underground shady area where like all of Mario's enemies from like the games and stuff existed and whatnot. But it was also where to get information on people and where to find out what to do next, essentially. So like I thought it made sense, at least from that standpoint, but I didn't really see it as just, oh, we're going to a random place. I saw it more as like, oh, this clearly has a purpose why we went there. And it wasn't just like, hey, remember this place? Because it was like that place isn't really a specific place from like any Mario game in particular. Like it has like the idea of like some different levels, but it wasn't a very specific thing. Sort of like
no,
how
it's not.
we went to like the Donkey Kong jungle or the Rainbow Road or the yada 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 from the first film, which was just, hey, look at this cool thing, and then that's it. Like there was no real point to any of that stuff existing beyond just, hey, it's a thing, look at it, isn't it neat, you remember the thing. And I felt like that was happening so much in the first film, so much so that I hated the first movie. And I actually really liked this one because it felt like it had a reason for the places that we went to beyond just like, hey, remember this place? And yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually.
Like I
I
said,
thought this
I
one
don't
was
think it was
way
a bad
better.
movie. But yeah, I mean, I think that there is. I mean, there's another movie coming out, so we'll see what they end up doing with it.
Yeah.
Um, I just think though, like I said, if you're gonna make it a Mario movie, focus on Mario. If you're gonna make it a Nintendo movie, focus on Nintendo stuff. I think that I understand that probably their goal is to eventually get like a Mario like series
Hmm.
movie, and that's definitely where things are gonna head if it keeps making like $1 billion every time it goes to the theaters. But
Hmm.
um,